Good evening and welcome to Ville News. I'm Lauren O'Brien alongside Kevin Lynch, here to give you the latest local, state, and national headlines.
Coming up, we have updates on the 2024 presidential election and a world news update of the flood in Valencia. Stay tuned because Ville News starts now.
On Tuesday, November 5th, 2024, the United States held its 47th presidential election between Democrat Kamala Harris and Republican Donald Trump. The tight race was determined by Trump's key victories in swing states like North Carolina, Georgia, and Pennsylvania. Trump collected a total of 291 electoral votes, surpassing the road to 270 needed to get to the Oval Office. As for the popular vote, it's too close to call at the time of this broadcast. Harris called on Wednesday morning after the election to congratulate Trump and address the millions of Americans who supported her campaign in a speech that evening. This election was historic in its nature, with its candidates being Kamala Harris, the first Black woman to receive the Democratic nomination, and Donald Trump will be the oldest president to assume office and the first president to have a felony conviction. Ville News will continue to follow the change in power over the course of the next couple of weeks.
It has been a week since devastation occurred in the city of Valencia. Spain was hit by vicious floods that tossed motor vehicles across city streets. The floodwater arrived quickly and almost without warning. Over 200 people had been rescued from their cars after being trapped by rising water, according to Valencia officials. Emergency crews descended on Valencia and the surrounding areas, wading through washed-out neighborhoods, searching homes, and looking for missing people following the devastating flooding. In the town's shopping district, some people had been trapped in an IKEA store as the surrounding area flooded. Some 650 people were still waiting for help inside the store on Wednesday, officials told the press. More than 1,000 troops from the Military Emergencies Unit, a branch of the Spanish military, have been deployed to the province to help the emergency. According to officials, over 2,000 individuals are still missing and 95 people have lost their lives due to the vicious flash floods.
When we get back, updates on Penn State Board of Trustees and PA state congressional elections. Ville News will be right back. The Penn State University Board of Trustees Executive Committee met publicly for the first time in 13 years. The committee met via video for approximately 20 minutes to discuss the agenda for their upcoming meeting in State College. This is work that was previously done in private. The committee's previous practice of meeting in private has been criticized for years. Media Law Council member Melissa Maluski reviewed the openness of the university as an encouraging sign. She said, quote, "It's wonderful to see Penn State Board of Trustees moving in a more transparent direction, and I hope it continues." Prior to this recent video meeting, the last time the Board of Trustees met was in 2011 in regards to the fallout of the Jerry Sandusky scandal. The group has been updated bylaws and will continue to meet before public board meetings.
In addition to the aforementioned presidential election, Republicans in the state of Pennsylvania won in congressional races as well. The hotly contested Senate race between Democratic Senator Bob Casey Jr. and Republican challenger David McCormick were neck and neck, but McCormick led by a slim margin to prevent Casey's re-election to a fourth term. McCormick's victory would help the Republican Party in their takeover of the Senate, joining gains in Montana, Ohio, Nevada, and West Virginia. In the House of Representatives, two Pennsylvania Democratic incumbents lost re-election, with Susan Wild losing to Ryan McKenzie and Matthew Cartwright losing to Robert Bresnanen. The strong Republican victory was a surprise to many in the political field, given the success of Democrats during the 2022 midterms and the swing state status of the Commonwealth.
When we get back, we'll have updates on PA drought conditions and a Lancaster County animal killing. Ville News will be right back. With southern and central PA undergoing drought conditions, the City of Lancaster Water Bureau is asking the counties to conserve water. Customers are being asked to bring down water usage as much as possible to only essential needs. The Bureau has reported that water levels in the Conestoga River, one of its sources, is low due to the lack of precipitation. The Bureau is known to serve Lancaster County as well as the surrounding townships and boroughs. On Friday, a drought watch was declared for Lancaster County by the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection. Residents are encouraged once again to reduce water usage by 5 to 10% and to restrict only to essential use if possible.
In Lancaster County, a man killed 11 turkeys inside an electric fenced pasture. Jesse Bills originally stopped by the farm to look for a job to pay off his debt, where he was turned down. A family member gave him the idea of grabbing as many turkeys as he could. This resulted in Bills killing 11 turkeys and taking some with him. Neighbors of the farm called the police, who found Bills in a nearby farm field with 2 additional dead turkeys. Bills faces, quote, 11 felony charges of aggravated cruelty to animals, alongside misdemeanor charges of cruelty to animals, theft, criminal mischief, and agricultural trespassing. Bills is currently in the Lancaster County Prison with bail set at $1,000.
That's all we have for you this week, Ville News. Thanks for watching, and make sure to tune in to next week for the latest local, state, and national headlines.